Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Motivational Monday on Justin the Food Entrepreneurs podcast. I'm Justin Bizzarro. I'm your host. That's B as in boy, I-Z-Z-A-R-R-O. And today's podcast and Motivational Monday is going to be about hard work, and it's going to be a quote from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Yep, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, one of my favorite entrepreneurs and actors ever. He's quite an amazing guy, and obviously he's a hard worker. You see how fit he is, and you see how many movies he produces every year, as well as a TV show. So I think he's quite the inspirational role model, and that brings up something for me. Maybe one day, if this podcast gets out there enough, we will actually have some of these guests that I do their actual quotes on come on and just do their own quotes. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe the dream will come true if I keep working hard at this, hence work hard, Motivational Monday topic. So here's the quote. Quote, "Success isn't always about greatness. It's about consistency. Consistent hard work leads to success. Greatness will come." End quote. Again, I'm going to say it again. Quote, "Success isn't always about greatness. It's about consistency. Consistent hard work leads to success. Greatness will come." End quote. And so this has been a topic for me over the last couple weeks, something I've been thinking a lot about in my own life as things have occurred. Number one, I've recently got something off my vision board, which was a John Deere tractor, not a lawn tractor, a little tractor. I got a bucket and post hole digger so I can redo the fence at our house for the dog, because my dog Brutus, I feel he needs to be able to run wild and have a good time. So we've got about an acre that has fence in it that needs to be repaired and put up some box wire. So that's one of the things. But mowing the lawn again for myself instead of paying someone to do it. Weed whacking around our house, our over 2.5 acres myself, which is not a lot. Growing up on a farm with 20 plus acres, and having various properties, growing up 4 horses where I mowed fields and mowed fields for neighbors and all things like that, and lawns. But it's a start. It's something that really has made me think about hard work. And that hard work is something that was instilled in me as a kid. My parents were hard workers. We grew up on a farm. My dad has been an entrepreneur since I've been about 17. My mom has been an entrepreneur since I've been born, running the horse farm, breeding horses, giving lessons, showing, training, all of the above, trying to make money off the business. And I've watched both my parents work very hard in their lives and set great examples for work ethic. But some of the things that I've had to learn is myself. And just because my parents did it doesn't mean that I was born that way. I've had to work at my own work ethic. I've had to start myself and find my own, hard work and things like that, especially over the last few years where my life has changed dramatically over the last decade, going through a divorce, building a new relationship, having 2 amazing stepdaughters come into my life. And one of those things that has happened is I've realized that in my previous life, we'll call it before I got a divorce, I didn't stand behind my work ethic, and I didn't bring people into my life that encouraged hard work and encouraged a work ethic across the board, every day just working hard, committing to something, being willing to commit and work hard at it every day, and having that consistency in your life. And it cost me a lot of money, number one. Number two, it cost me a lot of relationships because I didn't put myself first. And I'm not saying my family doesn't come first, Deborah and my 2 stepdaughters, Maddie and Zoe. But what I am saying is that when I put myself first and I work hard and I do the right things, it makes it better for me to be available for my number one thing in life. So putting myself first means that I'm putting the thing most important to me first, which is my family. And that's Deborah and, like I said, my 2 stepdaughters. And that is where the work ethic comes in. So everything I work for is for me. It's for my family. It's so I can provide, so I can be a better person. And we talked about this a little bit on the previous episode about Father's Day and what it means to be a father or stepfather. But I think work ethic and hard work is an interesting thing, because I think, and we'll bring it to this podcast, is this podcast, I put in a lot of work. I have to recruit people to be on the podcast. We have to go through recording. I have to cut it. I have to upload it. I have to then make sure I record a Motivational Monday, because I'm committed to do 3 podcasts a week. So I remain consistent in my dedication. So I hold myself accountable. And so it gets hard sometimes. There are times where I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to do this. And, why am I doing this? Why am I putting the thing out there? I'm doing it for free. There's been no benefit to me, and I'll tell myself stuff, and the little voice in my head will say things and negative things and encourage me to be lazy. So, but at the end of the day, I have to remind myself that I do this because I want to give back, and there's no point in having things and working hard if it doesn't reward other people, because I truly believe that the reward is in giving to other people and seeing other people succeed because you've helped them. So I'm hoping that's what this podcast does for both entrepreneurs that are on this podcast and the people that listen in. I hope it changes your life for the best. I hope that you get inspiration from what we're talking about. And I hope that you find ways to improve your life and create new habits and take some of the things away from this that matter, spending more time with your family, making them a priority, working hard so you have more time with them, being an entrepreneur so you can make your own schedule so you are there for your family. That doesn't mean you don't work extra hours or put in a lot more hours. I mean, we've heard from different people across the podcast, like the Nash and Proper podcast, that it's better to work 80 hours for yourself than 40 hours for someone else. And that's true, but you also get the flexibility. You also get success. In Nash and Proper, they have a food trailer and a food truck out there right now. I follow them on Instagram. It's a great episode, but they are having massive success in staying true to themselves and talking and being vulnerable and putting what they believe in out there. So I think it's awesome what people are doing, and I think the podcast is reaching a lot of people. I see it being downloaded across countries. There's random things happen, like episode 7 with Lindsay Beckworth is now a top 10 episode. Just recently, over the last 2 weeks, she's been getting a lot of downloads, which is pretty cool. And I think that, things like that, people are finding success in different ways. People are finding, reaching out to each other. I hope people's stories are mattering. I hope more people are discovering the podcast, because I want to help people. And, like I said, the Loose Sugar Bakery one, it's episode 7. It's months ago we released that episode, but suddenly a lot of people are listening in and listening to the story, which I think is awesome. All of that being said, I've recently found myself working harder and regaining a better work ethic, the one I learned as a kid, the one I know that's inside of me. And the reason I'm doing it is not for other people, it's for myself. And because I know that I have more to give, and I'm leaving a lot on the table every day. I know that the podcast is something to give. I know I have to work every day. I know I have to give to my family every day because I want to. But I need to have the mental strength and the work ethic to go beyond the call of duty if I ever need to, when I need to, and how I need to. And so it's coming into my life in a lot of various different ways. One is, anyone who listens to the podcast knows my podcast booth is in Deborah's and I's garage, which is also our CrossFit gym. Deborah and I do a lot of CrossFit, but I've recently started doing more than just a workout a day. I make sure I walk a little bit every day with the dog, which I usually do, but I walk a lot more. I've started to doing more than one workout a day. So every day I do 2 to 3 workouts. I try to get out there. I've literally cut out any sugar and any carbs in my diet except for rice. I still enjoy rice as a carb here and there. And so I'm trying. I slip up every once in a while, but I'm getting to a point where I'm like, I need to go all in here. I need to just stick to a diet. I need to do it for a long period of time. I need to stick to my exercise routine. I need to hold myself accountable. And I need to start learning again and working hard at reading self-help books and personal development books. So these are things that have started coming into my life. And I think it's so important that we do that, because as entrepreneurs, we often get comfortable when we have success. And it's not over. It's just the beginning. Once we have success, it's how hard are we going to push ourselves from there? How hard are we going to push ourselves to teach our children, about what we're doing? How hard are we going to teach our employees about being better people and having a work ethic as well? What can we do to help them? And these are all questions I'm asking myself on a regular basis. And as I do this podcast and I hear people's stories and I'm reading more books, so to make sure I have topics to talk about in personal development and in business, I'm starting to realize I'm just the tip of the iceberg in my learning and my education, and I want more. But I also want to do better. I also want to put myself into places that are uncomfortable, because I want to get comfortable and uncomfortable, and I need to start challenging myself more. I need to start pushing myself more. I'm doing things that I love to do. Like doing the fence is going to be something, doing the fence for the dog is going to be something that's uncomfortable to me. I haven't done a fence in years since I lived on a horse farm, and I had my dad to help me. I've never really done it on my own. So anyone out there who might want to help me do a dog fence and do some split rail fencing with a box wire on it, I'd love to help. But honestly, I need to do it on my own, and I need to challenge myself to do it. And that doesn't mean I won't take help from someone. It just means that I've got to take this on, and it's uncomfortable, and I'm scared of it, crazily, but I need to go do it. I need to know that I can do it and push myself through it. It's like I need to know that I can work out every day more than once and push myself. I need to know that I can better myself and get in better shape. And I need to know that I'm going to work better at my job every day. And some of the things that I do outside of my actual job are giving me the habits and the strength and the mental fortitude I need to do better at my job and run the businesses I'm involved in and be a better entrepreneur and leader, because work ethic to me is part of that. But working hard doesn't mean I have to work harder. It just means I need to stay consistent in my working and working hard, because at the end of the day, most people give up. That's something I've learned across the board in my previous partnerships, in my previous relationships. People give up. People want to quit all the time. So the reality is this: are you going to quit? And are you willing to push through anything to get what you want and the success you want as an entrepreneur and as a person with your family and as a son, as a daughter, as a person of God or of the community, whatever it is? Are you willing to work hard, go to uncomfortable places and excel in them to be a better person, to be a better contributor to the world around you, and to be someone that people look up to? I mean, that's so important. I think at the end of the day, what are we giving back, and are people going to look up to us? It doesn't matter what we do when people aren't looking. Or it doesn't matter what we do when people are looking. It matters what we also do when people aren't looking. Do we hold that same character every day? Sorry, I misspoke there. But I want to say that again. It doesn't matter what we do when people aren't looking, but are we willing to do those things when people aren't looking? I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I probably screwed that all up, but I think people get the gist, because what we do behind closed doors really dictates our character and who we are and the integrity that we have as individuals. And so, what does that mean for you? Anyone listening, and how hard are you going to work today? What habits can you form every day that help you be a better person and a better leader? For me, it's working out. For me, it's eating healthy. For me, it's, being honest with the people around me. For me, it means working hard every day at my job. For me, something I'm working on is patience, gratitude, being more appreciative of the things around me. That's a good habit to be in, because karma, it exists. You put ill will on the world, ill will comes back on you. And I think it's so important that we look at all of it. We want good things in our lives. We want to be successful. We want things that matter. We want money and cars and success. It's not really what it's about. The money will come. if we treat the world right around us and we lead. People are attracted to hard work, to people that have the right attitude, and people that want to make a difference in this world. So really, this podcast, I'm going to end it with this, is go out there and work hard and watch what happens in the people that are attracted to you. Teach people work ethic that are around you. Teach your children, teach your friends, teach your family, teach your employees to work hard by leading by example and working hard yourself. That means not sleeping sometimes. That means working beyond extra hours, covering for someone when they need to be covered. And I hear it. I just got an email recently where they're short-staffed for the summer and she needs to change her podcast recording time because she's having to cover for people. That's what entrepreneurs do. We are in there every day when we need to, and we know how our businesses are run, because if we ever need to jump back into it, we know the operations so we can take over, and we make sure our business runs well every day. You need to know your businesses. You need to be willing to do what everyone else is willing to do, and I need to do a better job at this too, which means I need to work harder at it. So working hard, working harder, and being consistent at it is something I need to do in my own business. I need to go make the food in the kitchens. I need to be involved in the development. I need to go see what's going on because I haven't done it in a long time and I've lost track of it. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to be more involved in the things that are going on with the people working in the kitchens and making food and doing the things that they do. So I encourage everyone, work hard today. Find habits that'll make you more successful. Get comfortable in the uncomfortable and have some integrity. Do what you say you're going to do and do it both behind closed doors and when people are looking. Thank you, everyone. Have a great Motivational Monday. If you like what we're doing, please share it with your friends and family and tell people about the podcast. Also, if you want to reach out to me, you can reach me on Instagram and Facebook at justinthefoodentrepreneurs.com. Have a wonderful Monday and enjoy your week. Work hard, kick some ass, do things that you're uncomfortable with. Adios.